Do you have his number, Dave?
I do.
All right, give him a call.
Andy Pettit?
Yeah, call EP. Is
there somewhere I can retweet this?
Yo.
What was that?
I'm in hell right now.
Why is that?
My baby.
By the way, first of all, congratulations for that. Secondly, I was shocked. I could not believe this. You know, I don't want to break news here. When I found out the baby's name, Julie DeCaro Katz, to me is such a weird. I was so surprised to hear that.
Well, Julie DeCaro Katz, my daughter, has said the equal amount of responses to that terrible reporting about Rachel Nichols as the real Julie DeCaro. So they're kind of lockstep in that regard.
How is well, we talked about this. Once you have as many kids as adults, the game is sort of over.
I wish someone had told me. I think some people.
I think I did.
I think you might have.
I did,
yeah. The difference between one kid and two kids is like 10 kids. I know that probably doesn't make a lot of sense, but it goes from, I think someone put it perfectly, having one child is spa parenting. Because you can, like, oh, I'll take the kid, you take a nap, or you go out and run errands, I'll take the kid. Once it's two, like I'm doing this right now with my daughter sleeping on my chest, and I'm, that's how much I love the Kirk Minahan show, even though I forgot to mention it that one time, and everyone got mad at me.
You mentioned 70 other podcasts. It's not a big deal. I mean, when you were...
your response, I actually had no problem with it. Like I actually consider you a friend. I think you consider me. I think you don't have friends. You have people that you hate and people you don't.
Correct.
And I'm in the category of people that you don't. So
no, I consider you a friend. No, we are friends. Jared and I are friends. We're friends.
Yeah, but I genuinely did feel bad because I actually do listen to the Kirk Minahan show, and my brain. But you were like, oh, he's a people pleaser. But I don't know if I'm a people pleaser or if I'm a friend pleaser. I like my friends.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
If you weren't my friend, I wouldn't have cared. But
so if you weren't my friend, you would have mentioned me.
Yeah, probably. Okay. Right. Sarcastically. That's exactly. I would have sarcastically mentioned. But yeah, my brain is gone. 2 kids. I just miss things. Like there'll be news that I'll just completely miss a whole news cycle now. So whatever, it's all right. I'm in the back 9 of my career. That's fine. By the way, before we get to this Jared stuff, your investigation, I have to say, here's the thing. I'm more. Take it easy, JD. Take it easy. Is she whining about? What is she whining about now? Male privilege? Like there's 3 guys talking. I actually could be the head doctor in Brazil because we just had a terrible case of hiccups that I cured within 30 minutes. So
how'd you do that?
Whatever that. I just a little burping. You obviously saw the president of Brazil is hospitalized.
I did see that.
Yeah, for 11 days he's had hiccups.
That would not
11 days.
Yeah, you didn't see that?
11 days.
Oh my God.
And I'm getting a little sick of you and all these other people. Like the easiest thing, it's almost too easy for you. I'm almost disappointed in you. Picking on Bryson DeChambeau is so easy that just find somebody else.
Okay, listen. I actually admitted I had a come to Jesus moment 2 weeks ago, and I said there's 5% of me that feels bad because I do think he is truly socially awkward in a sense, like he doesn't know how to interact with people. But then he does something like yesterday, and he's such a douche. Like you can't possibly defend the type of guy. Did you watch the match? Did you watch any of that?
I watched some of it. I actually find that, I love golf. I find that difficult to watch. First of all, it goes on forever. And Brady creeps me out now. Brady's starting to look like the way the person now known as Caitlyn Jenner looked when she was on the end of the reality show. There's a lot of stuff going on. Yeah. It's definitely a look. And I agree. It's not good. Phil Mickelson was the only one that's good because he actually he's entertaining.
Is like honest. Yeah, and entertaining. But Bryson, he genuinely does not know how to interact with people.
He's weird.
So there's a small part of me that feels bad, but then he does something like yesterday where you tell the guy who, his head rep at Cobra was like, this guy's a fucking asshole. Like, we worked around the clock for him to try to make him happy. I think the quote was, Bryson will never be happy.
Right.
And he's that type of guy.
Well, All right. Well, anyway, so Jared Carrabis is here. He was gone for weeks. Now he's back. He was the talk, as you saw, of social media, the way he looked in Colorado. There is no doubt. You agree. We've talked about this behind the scenes. This guy is heavily deep into some crazy cycle. He looks like Barry Bonds in like 2004. Like, I know. I agree. JD, I agree.
Yeah.
Well,
She's very upset about the integrity.
She's
of the
well, I think she's disgusted by your addiction to steroids. She's concerned.
I understand.
I mean, what have you talked to you? I know you have medical sources. What do you think?
Yeah. So my doctor, Billy Football, has put together an entire report.
Okay.
It's called the Mahalik Report after Steve Mahalik, and it's an indictment of Jared Carrabis' possible anabolic compound use.
Okay.
I'm going to have him blog this thing, but I want to hit a couple things.
Sure, I'd appreciate that.
Yeah, Billy Football has done a diagnosis. So in terms of genetics, Jared, would you stop me if any of this is wrong? Genetically speaking, you have small elbows, small forearms, pencil neck, and it's not suitable for naturally adding mass. So he says that joints only add as much mass as they can support, and your frame could only support about 10 to 15 pounds of weight past like what you look like when you're about 17 years old.
No. I put on like 35 pounds since like January.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so in 2018, he's claiming that your first cycle and something cheap, something anabolic, SARMs, Trenbolone. Any of these ring a bell to you?
I will say that feels like a Route 1 purchase for him somewhere.
Yeah.
Like,
SARMs is like what people take when they don't want to actually take hardcore steroids.
Okay, so are you denying you've ever taken those?
Yes.
Denying them?
Denying.
100%.
100%.
Okay.
Ever?
So you know about SARMs,
Ever.
You know about it.
Yeah, I know about it. Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah. Ever?
Ever.
I've never taken SARMs, no.
Okay, you've taken steroids.
In 2011, I took D-ball.
Okay. Continue.
Interesting.
Continue.
Yeah.
Okay. Trenbolone. Stop me when you haven't heard of any of these. Trenbolone.
I've heard of it. Nope.
Pro hormones. You know a lot about steroids for a guy who doesn't take steroids.
I'm a baseball guy.
That's interesting.
Fair.
Okay, so the after your first swell up in 2018, this is now Billy's words, not mine.
This is Billy Football.
Yeah,
report. You should read the report.
This is a terrible report.
Yeah, read the report. It's the Mitchell report.
The first swell up was like 2012.
I mean, again, your issues. It sounds like it was with Billy.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Continue.
All right. So he says that my doctor quotes Jared shrinks down to a Rachel Maddow lookalike. Deflated arms around Red Sox World Series run. Traveling is not conducive to continuing a cycle.
Well, that would be true.
That's very true. Yeah, it'd be very hard.
Okay.
To maintain.
So would you say so far in this report there are more truths than lies?
No.
Yes.
No, I wouldn't.
Yes, I would.
I would not.
Yes, I would.
I'd agree. All right. Well, you just got outvoted 2-1.
Okay.
So he has another. It looks like I think you're with. I don't know who you're with in this picture. Lack of natural testosterone production causes estrogen buildup. You exhibited coned nipples and love handle development, which is both common for someone who's coming off of steroids.
Interesting.
How's your nipple situation?
Pretty good.
Yeah, let's see your nipples. Show your nipples.
Are you a nipple guy like in a picture will they protrude through a shirt?
No, I have like tiny nipples.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
If you have nothing to hide, Jared, you'll show your nipples right now.
I have nothing to hide.
I could see his nipples through his shirt.
They're like dimes. They're not big.
I would call them average size nipples.
They're below.
Are they coned though?
Are they coned?
Are they coned?
Are they coned?
No.
Well, let me see. Let me see one of them. It's a big deal. No, they're fine. They're kind of lovely.
Thank you.
Okay, let me ask you this: and were they at one point coned? Because this is where we get to the interesting part.
I can't answer. I would not answer that right now under oath. But I would say, gun to my head, I would say probably not.
Yeah, I got clean nips.
Probably not. But I don't know if he did nipple manipulation. That's not easy to say.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
The Rock did that.
Yeah, The Rock. That's why he wore a shirt for a while.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Side note: I probably need that because I have pepperoni nipples.
Oh, you do?
Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. They're huge. Silver dollars. Susan B. Anthony's.
Well, I mean, that's.
Yeah. No, they're huge. They're enormous. All right. So, Jared, now I don't want to get into the psychological stuff, but you have been open about bouts with anxiety, whatnot, right?
If you can't go to the gym, he gets sad.
Right.
The Jared Carrabis.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this might be interesting for you to know. So due to pituitary shut down. Receptors that were previously overstimulated by steroid use are now understimulated, causing anxiety.
Right.
So this all kind of lines up timeline wise, right?
No, because I would have taken them in 2011.
No, but you had anxiety in 2019 after you stopped doing steroids in 2018. Your pituitary glands, the receptors, you start getting anxiety. You move back to Boston. I think this all kind of lines up.
But that's also, so I would be smart enough to know that when you take steroids, your body's natural production of testosterone stops because it's like, oh, you're all set. You got this. And then that's why Manny Ramirez tested positive for a women's fertility drug, because that's what restarts the body's natural production.
How much did you weigh in January?
Like 160.
So you're about 200 right now?
No, I'm like 190-ish.
190-ish. So you
That's
put on
a lot.
30 pounds, and you're what, like 5'6"?
5'10".
5'10". So you put on 30 pounds of muscle.
I mean, I'm sure it's not all muscle. I'm sure there's some
in
fat
7 months.
Yeah.
I mean, that is, as Harry Minahan would say, that is sus city.
And working out every single day?
No, only 4 days a week, Monday through Thursday.
Oh, that's weird.
And how old is Harry Minahan, Dan?
He's 14 now?
He's
27.
He's 36 years old. Yes, he is. My boy is 36. Go ahead.
All right. Jared's previous anabolic use most likely caused him to seek out testosterone therapy,
right,
as his body did not produce sufficient amounts for physical and mental health. So now he's on something called TRT. TRT and HCG allow for a normal, healthy life after steroids. Expensive, but not as expensive as HGH. Will most likely be on this till he dies. Now, side note, when I asked Billy to create this report, I said to Billy, I said, hey, what steroids do you think Jared's on? And I couldn't even get the question out of my mouth. He's like, oh, he is definitely on TRT. Right. I know the look of it. It's no doubt in my mind. So
I've heard that too.
Yeah, I mean, he is a scientist. He has 3 frogs, a dog, and a hedgehog. So he's got a little bit of a laboratory at his house.
Okay.
So I don't see. I'm gonna have him post this. I don't see where.
I don't see any.
There's a flaw.
I see no legal. No, medically, I think you're clear on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So Jared, what do you?
Do you care to? What's that?
Could I sue him for defamation?
Yes. Well, no, you would sue. You would be suing Penn or Barstool.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you could sue. Yes. I think yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. I think
all right. Well, no, actually, I think you can't sue him because the last slide, which I forgot to mention, is a counterpoint. So every good argument has a counterpoint.
Okay.
Counterpoint: Jared can only put mass on his arms, and that is the only place his body puts mass. That's a direct quote. I don't know.
Yeah, I have no, because I don't do legs. But that's also not true either. Like,
what do you mean? Do you don't have little legs?
No. That I only have mass on my arms. That's not true.
Well, continue. Tell me more about where your mass is located.
Shoulders.
Well,
it's this arm
chest.
family. Okay.
Yeah. Let me repeat that sentence just so everyone knows the scientists we're dealing with here and Billy.
Sure.
Jared can only put mass on his arms, and that is the only place his body puts mass.
That's true.
That's the only place my body puts what?
He doubled down.
He doubled down. So and then he said, so he just works out arms and chest and eats a ton, and that's probably why he looks like he does. And then finished the whole report with, probably not though, because his genetics were pretty shitty in the first place.
That's pretty true.
Is that true?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
My genetics are terrible.
Awful?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay. Well, what do I know?
I mean, look at me.
I don't know if you guys realize the counterpoint there had a counterpoint inside the counterpoint.
There was a lot of counterpoints going on. The probably not was an interesting move.
Yeah, he counterpointed his own counterpoint in the counterpoint.
I don't see a lot of probably nots in medical journals and statements like that.
So, in conclusion, probably not.
Okay, well, but that's okay. Well, fine. All right. Would you have anything you want to say to this whole thing, Jared, or no?
Dan, so before you came on, I agreed to do random drug testing with intern Justin.
Oh, I love it.
Yes.
I love it.
I was like, for a period of time that we've yet to agree upon, I'll share my iPhone location, or he can text me and be like, hey, can I drop by? And then he can random drug test me.
I like that you're like, I'll share my iPhone location. Don't you only go 2 places, right?
Yeah, I'm either at the gym or at my apartment.
Or at Kowloon.
Or at Kowloon or Fenway. Yeah, that's
there you go.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to have him post this, and we'll see what the reaction is.
Well, I think this was important work.
Yeah.
It's about time this was done.
Hey, you look so big, Jared. You know you did.
But I said that like the ESPN picture for whatever reason, like that was warped. Like I'm not that big. There was
No, I agree. You look bigger. I would agree, Dan. He looks bigger in those pictures. Looking at him now, he looks not waist. You know what I mean? Like significantly smaller.
Yeah, like I don't look like fucking Roman Reigns in real life.
Though, in fairness, on camera right now, you look pretty big. Like the angle of the camera right now, you look big while you're talking.
Well,
about
he likes that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
He wants that.
I'm just sitting here.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah, but I think I looked at those pictures and I was like, Jesus Christ, that was
You
absurd.
loved it. You loved it.
No, I was like, that's absurd.
Well, what's wrong with that?
And,
Go ahead.
no, I was going to say, and you do have shitty genetics. We all agree on that, right?
Definitely, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, you're juiced up a little. That's okay. I did steroids once.
Well, I did too, but it's just not recently.
Yeah.
It's been almost 10 years. Actually, it's been 10 years.
It's a 10-year anniversary of being off steroids.
Yeah.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
I'm celebrating the 10-year anniversary of my steroid use by getting accused of steroids. But I've been accused of steroids since I was like 18 or like 21.
Well, it's your cross to bear. It's not easy.
Yeah.
I want to weigh in real quick, and I know Dan's got to go. He's got the baby. Jared, we got other things.
Very important, yeah.
But
No, I'm good. I'm good. Come on. I make time for this. I love this show.
can I make a case? Not a case for Dana Beers, but like I watched the video with Dave and Eddie and Dana Beers and geez, I'm sorry, I don't know the woman who got married.
Marina,
who I've never met. I don't think she seems very nice, and the wedding pictures were lovely. And good luck to her and her husband.
She's awesome.
Going forward. She married a guy? I don't even know.
Yes.
Okay, so good luck to that couple going forward. Like I watched her like crying, and I'm like, let's not turn this into this big of a deal. Like, are we talking about like lifelong best friends here? You know what I mean? Like, how long have they known each other?
I
A couple of years?
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus Christ.
They used to make a lot of videos together. Like they spent a lot of time together that I saw.
Well, let's not make it out like they're, friggin' Siskel and Ebert here. I mean, I don't know.
I would try it.
Go ahead, Jared.
I'll put it this way. He handled it very poorly, but I feel like the pile on here, and this is how we do it, a $50 reaction to a $5 crime.
Okay, so I do agree that it was. I listened to the whole show. I think it's a weird situation because Dave. There's very few people that Dave truly cares about. Marina is one of them.
That is pretty telling. I will grant you that.
Yeah. Right. So that's an element that you don't usually see when Dave has these interactions. So it's different than a normal interaction where Dave's like, I don't really care, take it or leave it. He truly cares about Marina. So when Dana hurts Marina, Dave feels that, and then you get that reaction. Dana's he's just a big goofball. Like I've likened him.
I've met him a couple of times. He came out here to do some stuff. He's not an asshole, right? Like
no.
So why?
No, he is not. He's not an asshole.
So why did he do this?
He's a big like puppy dog.
Right.
So wait, hold on, Dan. That's
Yeah.
the excuse that he used on the show, but like
He's an adult,
let's call it like it is. Like he wanted to go and he
go to
wanted to be on the
Milwaukee.
Jumbotron. Yeah, he
Yeah.
is a big stupid puppy dog. I can vouch for Dana that he's a good person. He's super nice. Like he's not a scumbag. But at the end of the day, he was faced with a choice. Do you go to the wedding or do you want to go on the Jumbotron? And he picked the Jumbotron.
Right.
Which is just a wrong call.
All right.
Well, I don't know
But
about
those are two different. Those are two different things. I'm talking about the Jumbotron was a scumbag thing to basically something so publicly when you said you couldn't go to the
funny.
couldn't go to the wedding. I think the puppy dog part is when he was explaining that he felt so much anxiety because he wasn't going to go to the wedding and he didn't know what to say to her. That's just like you're a child. You're a puppy dog. Like you don't understand
He's
human adult
30,
interaction.
though. Like, come on.
Jared, you know our company.
I know
we are
that.
the island of immature misfit toys.
But if like the
we
Red
have a
Sox
bunch of
were like,
man
hey,
child.
we're going to put you on the Jumbotron or you can go to Coley's wedding. I'm going to Coley's
That's
wedding.
different, though. That's different. That's
How?
different.
But you're an adult, Jared. Like you actually are an adult.
I'm like 2 years older than him.
Yeah, but there's two.
I'm talking maturity.
I'm not that mature.
He's not that mature.
There's two.
You're more mature than Dana.
Go ahead, Colin.
There's two anxiety points. It's one, saying no to somebody you care about, right? And then two, you already said no, and now he has anxiety over saying no to the Bucks because he thinks Dave would be pissed if he doesn't capitalize on publicity. That's real.
Which I don't know. I don't know how much Dave would care, but I would say like he said no, right? He said. Did he say?
He said no. I think it was like 4 weeks out. Yeah.
Is that bad? I don't know.
I mean, I don't know the whole story. I mean, I just like I know that Dana's a good person, and I think he just fucked up and like didn't realize that he fucked up that badly until he saw people's reactions.
Here's the part that I think Dave actually was right about was, well, I mean, he's right that this was a scumbag move. I think we all agree on that. I do not think Dana's a scumbag. I just don't. I know him well enough that he's a kind-hearted person.
He is.
I do think there's an element of, with COVID being over, everyone back in the office, people are starting to feel themselves a little bit again, and they get a little bit of fame, and Dana's kind of wrestling with that. You know, he's gotten, I don't know, 180,000 new Twitter followers in the last year.
It's
and
wild.
He's going on Jumbotron.
Like,
right, so...
There's more Twitter followers than me, and he doesn't have a fucking thought in his head.
Nobody's enjoying doing cameos more than Dana Beers
He's never read a book in his life. You know, it's just weird.
Right.
Good guy.
Right. I think there's an old, is it Bill Murray had the saying, like, you have 1 year to be an asshole when you first become famous?
Right.
And I think it was about Chevy Chase, because Chevy Chase then chose to be an asshole for 50 years.
Correct.
But you have like 1 year to kind of figure out, okay, I'm getting recognized. I'm not talking about he's really famous. Let's all put it into perspective. But in the Barstool world, he's got a little fame. He's got a little juice. So I think you see this right now going across the office, people trying to navigate this and figure out how to juggle it all. And it's not easy. It was a scumbag move. It was the wrong move, but it's an interesting thing that's kind of happening. I see it with a lot of people trying to figure out, like, what do I do when I get recognized at the bar all the time and all this stuff? So it's weird times.
Yeah. I think, like, at the end of the day, like, Dana's a good guy, and I think he just kind of made a decision on a whim and realized how, like, I know he was, like, there's a difference between fucking up and being like, whatever, and fucking up and, like, reacting the way that he did. Like, he was, like, genuinely, like, felt like shit after.
Yeah, I don't know. I saw her crying on Dave's thing. I was like, it seems a little strong. But what do I know? Well, maybe they're close. Maybe they're closer friends than I do. I don't know the history of the relationship between what's her name?
Marina
and Dana Beers. I mean, I'm sure it was. You know, I mean,
I will never call him that.
I mean, how close? What's his name? I don't even know who he is.
Barawi.
Okay, Dana. I just know him because he came during the Curtatone thing and he filmed video for us at Woburn. He seemed like a nice lunkhead. I don't know.
He is.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
that's exactly what he is.
Well, I feel bad for him. I'm sure she's lovely. I'm the only person who's gonna have Dana's back.
It's a pretty emotional time for a human being, wouldn't you think? Getting married, and then also it was probably delayed a year because of the pandemic, I think.
Okay. I mean, let's
correct.
not.
There's a lot of emotion to that.
I also think that there's an element of, like, would she have been as upset if she didn't see how upset other people were on her behalf?
Well said, Jared. Well said. I'm surprised Dave went.
Why? He loves
because
Marina.
I know.
Yeah, he and Marina are close.
I'm sure. But I don't know. I was surprised to see him in the picture. I mean, he looked great in those pants. Don't get me wrong.
Oh my God, the fuck,
It's nice to see his dick, his balls, his every pubic fucking hair, everything. It was great.
Do you know what's weird about the Dave Pants thing, though? If you look at the replies, it's a bunch of people replying and be like, bro, how could you? And then they've zoomed in themselves and it basically are admitting that they spent the last 10 minutes looking at his cock.
I did.
And they're like, how could you? I know. I mean, you can't not.
It's not even like a Where's Waldo. You see that picture, there's four people in it, you immediately go right to his dick.
It's just I think you're like me, Jared. I know Dan is like, I don't want to wear pants that are going to be like tight and uncomfortable all day.
Yeah, I hate it.
That sounds like a brutal day.
Yeah.
Like it's just
especially with my legs, it sucks.
It's just not fun around the waist, and you can't fucking breathe, and you're just trying to walk around. I don't know. It would dictate my entire day in my head.
It's terrible.
But there he is, walking around with his fucking penis hanging, like just flying out of the thing.
My balls were everywhere.
That's right. That's true.
Wait, one last thing. So
go ahead.
I honestly, it boils down to this. All Dana had to do was tell Marina 2 months ago, hey, I can't come. And on the day that he knows he's going to the Bucks game, shoot her a text and be like, hey, just so you know, the Bucks just invited me. I'm going to go to this.
No fucking way.
Yeah.
So you think if they were really good friends, she'd be like, oh, what are you going to do? He's going to the Bucks game to go on the Jumbotron. He's not coming to my wedding.
No, not even that. The issue was that, like, he used the excuse of, I'm going to go be
my
with
parents,
my family.
Which was awful. That was where he's just not very
bright. That was a stupid excuse. From my perspective, it's all about communication. If you communicate, I think people always are more forgiving and wish. If you're like, hey, like I got invited to Marina's wedding. I said, I can't go. I have 2 kids. Like I just have a newborn. I, got her a gift, sent her a text saying, congratulations. Like communication is everything.
Where was
if you
it?
Communicate. It was in Connecticut.
Okay.
But like, all you have to do is communicate. You have to just say, "Hey, here's the deal." I think she would have appreciated that. I think that was the part that hurt her.
But
she was basically begging them to reply to RSVP.
Yeah, it was her. It was somebody else, right?
Marty, right?
Marty, yeah.
Right.
Marty had a different wedding though.
But he didn't reply to her invitation though at all. Like you have to reply.
Right,
not that he didn't go,
that
he didn't
to
reply.
me.
Okay.
That to me is those guys are 27, 28 years old. They're just getting to the start of people getting married. They don't really like. There is a phase of your life where everyone that you know gets married, and you start going to all these weddings, and you understand like the different. What do I get them gift wise? All these things. They're learning it, and they're learning how to not be an asshole when it comes to communicating.
Yeah, I mean, if I never go to another wedding in my life, I'll be thrilled.
They're the worst.
It's the fucking worst. It's almost like I get angry when if I get an invitation like that, I'd be angry. I'd be like,
Everyone is miserable.
Why put me in this position?
The couples fight leading up to it because they're so stressed about it, and then everyone going stresses out about having to be there.
Tremendous amount of financial resources put into this one day.
Yeah,
as opposed to just saying, "Give me the check for this, and I'll friggin' go put it somewhere." But they don't think like that.
Two of my friends just got married, and they gave the option to just watch it on Zoom, and I was like, "Thank you so much."
They did?
Yep,
that's nice.
Yep,
Not Coley though.
They're like, if you don't want to come. Well, I mean, I was in it. It's different.
Well, you weren't the best man, were you?
No.
Who got that call?
One of his childhood friends.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Anything else going on with you, Dan? What else is going on?
Nothing. Are you going to watch Bruce Springsteen's daughter in the Olympics?
Oh yeah, and as I've said, when Bruce was writing songs like Factory and Atlantic City and stuff like that, he was thinking about the world of equestrian and horse jumping. Yes. Well, I mean, it's got to be weird. I think it's gonna be weird going through life when your last name is Springsteen.
Yeah,
like that's not like Neil Young's kid's last name is Young. Like you can be okay. If your last name is Jagger or Springsteen, everyone's like, how many Springsteens are there?
I have never met one.
Neither have I. By the way, I've never met one. I'd like to, but I've never met anybody with the last name Springsteen.
No,
it's got to be strange.
It's a good point. It's a good point.
But I am dreading this. I mean, I wouldn't watch this Olympics if you paid me $1 zillion. I don't care about it.
No fans really. I don't know if I can go back to that. Like I'm not a big Olympics guy. I watch it because I like to, just watch whatever's on, sports on TV. But I'm not. There's a few events that are cool, but without fans, it's really gonna suck.
Is there baseball?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Well, there is.
Yeah.
Like who plays for the U.S.? Just college kids?
They're minor leaguers.
Oh, there are.
Yeah, like one of the Red Sox top prospects is gone.
Are they? And you see they're putting the medals on themselves. Like they're not screwing around with this thing. Like it's like they're not even having people put the medal. No one's going to be around these people.
I mean, I'm sure this is like wildly off topic, but like LA County fucking
shut down.
Yeah.
No, get ready.
Yeah,
the numbers are going up everywhere, and the media. I don't want to get into this, but the media wants this to happen, so they're ramping it up. I wouldn't be surprised at all if there's shutdowns in this state in the next couple of months. At all, wouldn't surprise me at all.
And there are a very large group of people that are actually wanting there to be shutdowns again.
Of course, yeah.
Because it's like they love this, because they love like the structure. They love. Listen, hardcore liberals like the government getting into their business all the time.
Right,
it's
guys,
crazy.
Yeah, guys like you, Dan. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Guys like me. I'm the biggest liberal ever.
I had to give Steve. I had to give a Steve tribute there. I had to jump in.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true.
Did you get to talk to Steve before he departed, or no? Did you text him goodbye?
I did. I texted him goodbye. He actually texted me. He had a couple ideas, content ideas, but then you guys had, I don't want to say falling out, but a little bit of falling out. So I kind of removed myself out of loyalty to you.
Ideas.
Yeah, I mean,
that's the word you emphasize. You don't emphasize falling out.
No, I mean we didn't have. No, Steve and I are fine. What?
Okay.
What ideas? This idea about his traveling around the country thing?
Yeah. Traveling around the country.
Yeah.
And I was like, I said to him, I was like, yeah, I'll listen to any idea.
I'm
like
okay with that.
You have.
He would actually. You would be good with what's the dude who goes on all the travel? Who makes the travel videos? Don. He'd be good with Don. That'd be a nice little 1-2 punch. Actually.
Yeah. But I didn't, so I felt bad, because then you got, obviously, I feel like your relationship with Steve didn't end great, and then you had a realization like, oh, it really didn't end great. And then I remember I listened to that show, and I was like, I'm going to, out of loyalty to my friend Kirk Minahan,
thank you.
I am not going to reply, this conversation with Steve, because I think that's kind of fucked up if you guys did have a falling out. But I'll reply to him if you didn't have a real falling out.
That's fine. No, that's fine. Do you know, we'll let you go with this. Do you know, do you know what Jared's big announcement is for Monday? I think I know. Do I know, Jared?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know about this? Dan know about this?
I don't know.
Oh.
I mean, I do know, Jared. We were talking last night.
Oh, I thought we were kayfabing, brother.
What are we doing here? What show do you think you're on?
We were kayfabing. We were kayfabing shit.
Not wrestling. Jesus.
I don't know what his announcement is.
Okay, there you go. There you go.
It's probably going to be that he's getting reconstructive surgery on his nipples.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't mind that. I'd like them to be a little bit bigger.
That would be a good Barstool series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I just got complete plastic surgery.
Yes, went totally all the way in.
Yeah.
You should.
If Barstool wants to pay for it, I will absolutely get a breast reduction.
See, to me, that would be a great series.
Yeah. Just do what The Rock did. He did complete breast reconstruction surgery.
I know you talk about all the time you want to get shredded and all that, and I think that's the start. I think that's step one.
All right, I'm in. If they'll pay for it, I'm going to get my breasts done, and Jared will get his nipples touched up.
Okay.
Yeah, and maybe some calf implants.
There you go. All right, Dan, we'll talk.
What do you think? Wait, Kirk. Last thing. What do you think? What do you think about Jared's announcement? Because we both know.
I said Dave asked me before. I said personally, does it do much for me? No. But do I think it's going to do very well? It's good for Jared, and I'm excited about it. And I'm going to support him 100%. Yes.
Thank you, Kirk.
Yeah, I mean,
there's no one better. There's no one better at Kirk Minahan than that. Yeah, you're the best at it.
Well, I'm just, I will, but I'll retweet. I'll not that you need me, but I'm excited that he's excited about it. He's worked really hard on it. He's friggin' traveled back, if this is what we're talking about.
Yes.
Has traveled back and forth. Has talked to all the best nipple guys. Mm-hmm. So I think it's going to be one of the great nipple. And I think it's almost like instead of the Bachelor, it's like the Nipplette, where all the nipple doctors every week are going to make their case to Jared, and then at the end he's going to.
It's like you choose.
He's going to hand the nipple over to a guy at the end.
Right.
That'll be it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but I think it'll do really well. I mean, some of the names that have been kicked around in this, it should do really well.
Yeah. There's some big ones that I haven't even said yet, really.
Well, to me, you haven't you, or no?
No, there's a couple that I haven't said to you yet.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, so there you go. I don't know. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yes. Yes.
I'm excited. I think it's gonna be great, Jared. I'm always a fan of Jared. I'll say, you know what? I'll do what Kirk didn't do, and I'll just say I'm fully excited for you. I think it's gonna be great. I think everyone's
gonna fully excited. What are you talking about? I did say that.
You couched it.
No, I said
you said, listen. Would I ever listen to it? Absolutely not. It's trash. I would never fucking do it.
I'll subscribe to it.
But other people might like it.
I'll subscribe and give it a good review.
Yeah, thank you.
That's all that matters, right?
There might be something in there for you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you never know.
And if it gets them a chance to get away from the Steve Peralta of the world and branch out and go, I'm all for it.
Finally.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Spread my wings and fly.
All right, Dan. We'll talk to you.
I love it. All right, thanks.
All right.
Bye,
Goodbye.
Dan.